Hello, and welcome to today's subscriber contract. Dubai List 8, set in Dubai and supplied to us today by Paul Anderson, 37. So moving on to our briefing, 47 wants to finish everyone in Dubai. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with a free map. And for today's challenge, we'll be starting as event security. We're going to have a remote magnetic gas grenade stored up in the art backstage area, and we'll be bringing with us a burial dagger and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to put down that difficult questionnaire, and we're going to make our way around out into the corridor. And over here we have our first target. Now we need to time this ever so slightly, as there is a patrolling guard in the area as well. So what we want to try and do is turn off the fuse box on the wall as the guard is approaching this location, so that when our target finally gives up wondering what's going on, comes round and turns the fuse box back on, the patrolling guard is already heading away when we launch our burial dagger at the back of our target's head. That way the guard doesn't see him drop down and into view, and we can then quickly grab him and drop him in the crate provided. We're going to retrieve our burial dagger, and we can then make our way into the backstage area of the art installation, where our next 2 targets are currently located. That would be these 2 young ladies right here. So we're going to make our way past the young ladies. We're just going to wait at the corner here, and we're waiting for the young lady who is on our left to wander off again. And there is another target there. They're going to be slightly tricky, but we'll get to them in a moment. So when the young lady moves back down the corridor, we can then turn off the fuse box on the wall and attract the attention of our next target, who is also a burial dagger elimination. So when she comes round to investigate, we can then launch our dagger at her head. There we go. And we are 2 targets down. We're just going to very quickly grab her and drop her into the crate provided. And we can then move on to our next target. So where's that burial dagger? There we are. So next up, we're going to go and retrieve our gas grenade from out on the balcony area. Just going to give that camera a nice wide berth. And while we're here, we can as well detonate it as well. Let's take care of that. Now that possibly will trigger the Mr. Lars, the tech worker out on the balcony, into a kind of panic. So luckily enough, we're not dealing with him just yet. So once we get over to our gas grenade, we're going to remove it from the briefcase, return it to the briefcase, thus activating it, and then quickly select our detonator. It looks like Lars did go into a bit of a panic and ran away. Not to matter, we are going for the rather tricky lady outside the entrance to the art exhibition, and she is plugged up right in the corner here, and she doesn't move. So what we're going to do is we're going to make her sit. Now she doesn't actually go to a bathroom, she's going to go out onto the balcony out here, and she is going to go and purge herself in clear view of absolutely everyone. So what we are going to do is we are going to make our way back into the backstage art exhibition area, where we took out the young lady using the fuse box. And when our next target has finished purging herself and is returning back to her location, we are then going to use our now empty briefcase to lure her into this area. So just as she walks past the door, we're going to open the door, throw our briefcase into the corner of the room, select our burial dagger, and when our target comes in to investigate, we're going to close the door behind her because it wasn't born in a barn, and we are going to introduce her to cold steel. So that puts us at 3 targets down. I'm just going to deposit this young lady in the crate provided, make our way back out onto the art installation balcony area where Mr. Lars is located. We're going to plant 1 bullet or in his head or 2 in his back. It doesn't really matter which. I've gone for the bullet to the head. It's quicker and cleaner. The young lady will now spot this as we walk back into the room, just due to the timing of which we walk back into the building. We're just going to knock her out very quickly, drag her over to the propane cylinder and detonate the cylinder. If you don't alert her with the body, she will make her way over to the cylinder anyway as part of her routine. And all you have to do is detonate it and then run for the nearest exit, because obviously Mr. Lars' body is not an accident and he will be found, so we want to be off the building as quickly as possible. So there we go, 1 more subscriber contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.